Thank you. The next question, the member for Scarborough-Guildwood.
Thank you, Speaker, and I too want to acknowledge our personal support workers on this day of acknowledgement. I know how hard they're working on the front lines, and some have even given their lives during this pandemic. My question is to the Minister of Long-Term Care. Speaker, our long-term care system is in crisis, and the Minister herself has said that COVID has broken this system. But despite the government's promise and commitment to put an iron ring around long-term care, there have been unacceptable delays to the actions taken by the government, and there have been gaps in the response. And this has resulted in avoidable deaths, whether it's those who are working on the front lines or the residents that reside there during COVID-19. And the government has said time and time again that they are responding. And yet, since I asked my first question on March the 11th, for restricted access to these facilities, those actions continue to be delayed. My question today is, will you use the power that you've granted yourself to take over those facilities that are currently in outbreak so that we—
Thank you very much. Minister of Long-Term Care.
Well, we have acted swiftly and decisively. As early as February 3rd, bringing guidance to protect and contain long-term COVID-19 in long-term care homes. We acted every few days. There was an action. This was throughout the process in the last few months. So we have acted decisively on this. And I would ask, the opposition and the member sitting across, where were you on February 3rd and after? You didn't raise a single question after the House returned on COVID-19. No, not between February 18th and 21st. So where was the opposition? Where were you? So I'm saying to you, we all have a responsibility to make sure that our residents in long-term care get the support that they need.
Response.
We have an emergency order that will be used to support homes in crisis when needed, and it will be used if needed. Thank you.
Order. Supplementary question.
Speaker, I'm very shocked at the response from the minister. And just to check Hansard, on March 11th, I asked this government to put restrictions on access to long-term care to keep those who are residing there safe. That was asked. And, it's not about, at this stage, pointing fingers. It's about taking decisive action. It's about doing what is required to keep people in those homes safe. And if you see an issue that needs to be resolved, I urge you to take immediate and decisive action. This government has put aside $1 billion for COVID response. Utilize those resources that are available to you to save lives. The dignity of the people who reside in those settings deserve it.
Question.
And my question to you is, will the government go beyond an internal review that you can control to do a full, transparent and independent public inquiry so that the families and—
Thank you very much. Thank you. Minister of Long-Term Care to reply.
And to the member opposite, if I in fact have misinformation on that, I apologize to you. So I appreciate what you're bringing forward. I would have to say that we have acted decisively and swiftly through all of this. This is a global pandemic moving swiftly across the world, affecting our seniors and our elderly in long-term care at a devastating rate. Ontario is not alone in this. This is happening across the world, across the country, and we are taking decisive action, and we have from the very beginning. We have taken measure after measure. Our government has acted swiftly and decisively. It is a new virus. The science is emerging. It will continue to evolve. And that is not politics. That is science. So we have to make sure we continue to take action.
Response.
And we